My name is Minsok Park, and I'm VP of Sales for Looper Insights. We're a UK-based company. The companies we work with generally are like Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, Prime Video, BBC ITV, Ofcom, and so on. So what our company does is we measure all the discoverability side of things, the user journey, and we advise companies on how to improve on that, how to better monetize, and how to retain users. I think fragmentation is more of a symptom. So fragmentation in the ecosystem is actually more of a symptom of people not having quite figured out discoverability. I think discoverability is the issue that's causing this fragmentation. If we're better at both finding out the discoverability and then being able to see a user journey that's unified across the platform, and we're able to compare like for like, that is going to actually sort out a lot of the fragmentation issue. I mean, if you think about it, no one talks about, oh, Tesco's, Waitrose, Sainsbury's, all the supermarkets are fragmented because you can compare them like for like. So that's what we try to bring on as Looper Insights, give you a unified view where all the metrics are standardized across the fragmented ecosystem. Everything that comes from monetization, user retention, engagement is going to be inefficient, and hence that's when the fragmentation comes in. I heard someone describe it to me today, which I quite liked. They said it's a bit like going on a school trip because you're seeing everyone here. You can't get past from one corner to the other corner without talking to someone. And when you go to some of the events that spread out everywhere, like CES, IBC, IFA, MIPCOM, it's just going from meeting to meeting is a bit of a journey. But here it's a little bit more like OTT question time, StreamTV, where everyone's in a more confined space and it feels a lot more organic and natural. I'm really enjoying that about it at the moment. The interesting thing about streaming, so for us right now, one of our kind of a new product that we are really pushing and we're getting a lot of traction is for live sports events. If you look at movie studios, streamers and broadcasters, they have moved on to the streaming environment relatively early on and they are getting more and more mature. So for these guys, they're starting to really not just go beyond the thing, have mixed media models, multi-target attributions. So all these kind of things, it's getting more and more advanced, and people who are not quite up to there, it's going to get left behind. But the interesting thing we're seeing now that we're working with sports right holders and sports streamers, the rights holders are still kind of adjusting to the environment where before they were like, I'm on network 1, network 2, and now you're on, say, an Apple TV. But Apple TV is an app, or HBO Max or Peacock. Whereas even if you're on Peacock, Peacock guarantees you distribution, but it doesn't guarantee you discoverability. You still need to be discoverable from that app on a Samsung and an LG or a Sky Q or DirecTV. So going forward, not just distribution, discoverability, and also being able to measure that and optimize that. I think that's what's going to set the difference. Yeah, so there's two things that's really exciting. One thing, I know people are probably getting AI fatigue, but as a data company, an analytics company, we have a platform where you are able to access really in-depth analytics and data, but it does take a little bit of your work as well to be able to go through the data, and you work with our teams to find meaning. But now we have in beta phase at the moment, a little bit like what you expect with, ChatGPT, Claude, the likes. We have our own Looper AI product. So you can talk to it and it can analyze the data for you in real time. And it's really, really powerful. The second thing is we're taking the discoverability a bit further into live events, predominantly sports, but not just for sports. You can imagine big events like the Oscars or your latest blockbuster release. You want to track real time what's happening. If you're like a pay-per-view boxing, you want to know every second what's leading up to the hour. Am I getting my promotions? When is it popping up? Did something happen? What's my competition doing? And this side of the thing is getting a real traction for us, and it's pretty exciting. This is not just about the AI, but just modern technology has been moving forward at such a rapid pace. It's not just about the technology, it's about people being able to compare metrics or being able to just really make things more efficient by taking the data available to you and then being able to split the fact from fiction. There's a lot of kind of emotional decision making that's happening right now. There's a lot of companies that's actually kind of keeping up with the pace. You see companies like DAZN that's, for example, for a sports streamer, it was one of the first to jump on. So it's not about being an early adopter, but also there's a balance between not being left behind with the improvement of technology and being able to leverage it properly. I think that's one of the things that's really going to make a difference.